it's me, Sachi. So we'll be having another vlog for today. So today is October 30th, 11:43 a.m. So this vlog is in the process for like a week. So it is all about math tutorial videos. So to those first timers or first time watching my vlogs, so I'm Sachi Toledo, 16 years old, a senior high school student, and I do beauty, lifestyle, and tutorial videos. So for today, I'll be doing more on pre-calculus. It is the identities. So we'll have the fundamental identities, sum and difference identities, double angle identities, and half angle identities. So let's start. So for fundamental identities, we have secant x over cosine x minus tangent x is equals to 1 over cosine squared x minus sine x. So for me, I'll move the left side of the equation. So using the reciprocal identities, I change secant to 1 over cosine x and change the tangent for the denominator. So over cosine x minus sine x over cosine. And then multiply the numerator by the denominator and the denominator by the numerator. So we'll get cosine x over cosine x times quantity cosine squared x minus sine x is equals to 1 over cosine squared x minus sine x. So next we'll cancel the terms from the numerator and the denominator, which is the cosine x, because they are the same. After canceling the terms, we'll have 1 over cosine squared x minus sine x equals to 1 over cosine squared x minus sine x. So for the sum and difference identities, we have sine 4x plus sine 6x over sine 4x minus sine 6x is equals to negative tangent 5x cotangent x. So the first step is to factor the 4x and the 6x. So we'll have sine quantity 5x minus x plus sine 5x plus x, and for the denominator we'll have sine quantity 5x minus x minus sine quantity 5x plus x is equals to negative tangent 5x cotangent x. So the next step is to use the sum and difference identities. We have the sin cos cosine for sine, so we'll use that. Sine 5x cosine x minus cosine 5x sine x plus sine 5x cosine x plus cosine 5x sine x. For the denominator, we'll have sine 5x cosine x minus cosine 5x sine x minus quantity sine 5x cosine x plus cosine 5x sine x is equals to negative tangent 5x cotangent x. The next step is to distribute the negative sign in the denominator. So we'll still copy the numerator, and then the denominator will be sine 5x cosine x minus cosine 5x sine x minus sine 5x cosine x minus cosine 5x sine x is equals to negative tangent 5x cotangent x. So the next step is to cancel or combine like terms. So we'll have to cancel negative cosine 5x sine x in the numerator and the cosine 5x sine x. So we'll cancel this one and then this one. For the denominator, we'll cancel sine 5x cosine x and negative sine 5x cosine x. Cancel this and cancel this one. So we have sine 5x cosine x plus sine 5x cosine x for the numerator, which is equivalent to 2 sine 5x cosine x. For the denominator, we have negative cosine 5x sine x and negative cosine 5x sine x. So we'll have negative 2 cosine 5x sine x. It is equals to negative tangent 5x cotangent x. So we're near to the end of the proving. So we'll group this equation to prove that it is equals to negative tangent 5x cotangent x. So we'll have to group 2 sine 5x over negative 2 cosine 5x because it is in multiplication, so we can regroup it. So then the remaining cosine x and sine x. So after grouping, we'll have the quotient identities. Sine 5x over cosine 5x is equals to negative tangent 5x. So we prove that it is equals to negative tangent 5x. The next is the cosine x over sine x. Cosine x over sine x is equals to cotangent x. So we'll have negative tangent 5x cotangent x is equals to negative tangent 5x cotangent angle x. Identities, we have sine 2x over sine x is equals to 2 cotangent x over cosecant x. So I'll use the right side of the equation to prove that it is equal to sine 2x over sine x. So let's start. By using the quotient identities, we'll change 2 cotangent x to 2 cosine x over sine x. And using the reciprocal identities, we'll use 1 over sine x. So here it is. Next step is to multiply the numerator by the denominator and the denominator by the numerator. So we'll get 2 cosine x multiplied by sine x and sine x, and the denominator will be sine x. So we'll have this. We'll arrange it in equal to 2 sine x cosine x. By using the sum and difference, by using the double angle identities, we'll have 2 sine x cosine x is equals to sine 2x and then over sine x, so we have the answer. For the half angle identities, we have secant squared x over 2 is equals to 2 cosecant x quantity cosecant x minus cotangent x. So let's start. We will change the secant squared into its reciprocal identity, which is 1 over cosine squared x over 2. And the next is to put the squared or the power outside. So we have 1 over cosine x over 2 raised to 2 or squared is equals to 2 cosecant x quantity cosecant x minus cotangent x. The next is to use the half angle identity, which is 1 over square root of 1 plus cosine x over 2 quantity squared. So because we have the squared and the square root in our equation, we can cancel both squared or the power and the square root. So we'll have 1 over 1 plus cosine x over 2. So we can multiply the numerator by the denominator and the denominator by the numerator. So we'll use that one. So we'll have 2 over 1 plus cosine x. And we'll use the conjugate of the denominator, which is 1 plus cosine x, and the conjugate is 1 minus cosine x. So we'll multiply 1 minus cosine x to the numerator and the denominator. So we'll have 2 minus 2 cosine x over 1 minus cosine squared x. And then next, we will substitute the Pythagorean identity for the 1 minus cosine squared x. So we'll have 2 minus 2 cosine x over sine squared x, because it is the equivalent of 1 minus cosine squared x to the Pythagorean identities. So next is to regroup. We'll distribute the sine squared. So we'll have 2 over sine squared x minus 2 over cosine x over sine squared x. So we'll have 2 cosecant squared x, because it is the reciprocal identity of 2 over sine squared x, minus 2 cotangent x cosecant x. And then we will factor. So we'll factor 2 cosecant x, so it will be 2 cosecant x quantity cosecant x minus cotangent x is equals to 2 cosecant x quantity cosecant x minus cotangent. So that's all for today's vlog. I hope you learned something, and as you can see, or as what you've watched earlier from the montage, it is raining, so I stayed inside the house, so it will be hassle free. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of me. So let's see you again, guys, next time. Bye.